What up, infidels? I'm back. Dangerous Brown is back. Another episode of Dangerous Brown podcast. I was on vacation last week. Had a family reunion, first family reunion in 3 years. I have a big family, and I got to see him, and it was a lot of fun. If you haven't seen the compilation of everything on TikTok, check it out. It's a pretty solid compilation. I'm very happy with how it turned out. But yeah, things are going good here. Family reunion. Well, let's see. Let's go through the stuff that happened in the family reunion for y'all and see if hopefully there's some gold here to take on stage. I think there is. But so first night, my cousin, see my cousins. That was great. He falls asleep at a pool party, forgets to call home. That's a whole thing. Happens. But if you're brown, you can't let that happen. If you're brown, like, no matter what. I remember one time when I was a kid, I was at like a Major League Lacrosse game. Right, I went to an indoor lacrosse game, the San Jose Stealth, which I don't know. Thinking back on it, I don't think stealth is what you want to be in lacrosse. You don't want to be stealthy, right? You want to be a bruiser. Am I wrong? I know nothing about lacrosse. Zero. So maybe the stealth is the correct name. But I didn't call my parents. I had to call my parents every 20 minutes. And I stopped doing it because obviously I'm not going to call my parents every 20 minutes. I'm out with a big group of friends. Like, it was insane. And I got back home and oh my God, what an intense, man. That was so intense. My mom was like, I'm never letting you out again. It's like every 20 minutes? Come on. I'm like 16 at the time. Just, bro, relax. Let me enjoy the San Jose Stealth game. God, we were the loudest people in the entire stadium. Every time something didn't go our way, nuts and bolts, we got screwed. I'll never forget that. That's a core memory. Us chanting that. We got so into it. Nuts and bolts, we got screwed. So good. Such a core memory. And it's attached with my parents absolutely just laying into me for not calling them every 20 minutes. It's like, yo, I'm in a group with adults. It was part of I used to be in this community service organization. I did it for the college to make my college application look better. Do I care about the community? Hell no. So, yeah, I did it I was there with this community service organization, and they were like, okay, we got tickets to the San Jose Stealth game because obviously those tickets are going to be free because no one was going to indoor lacrosse back in what? I was probably like 13, so back in 2005, who was going to indoor lacrosse games, you know? Nobody. But yeah. If you're a brown kid, you got to let people know where you are constantly. Otherwise, it's a whole thing. All my brown boys, especially brown girls. Oh my God, brown girls have it the hardest. So funny. His little sister goes on walks every morning. That's just like her exercise. And now, because he didn't call, she can't go on the walks. It's so funny. That's such a brown girl thing that happened. That's such a brown girl thing. If it happened the other way, none of his privileges would have been taken away. But since it happened to the dude, the girl got some of her rules taken away. Bro, that is 100% a brown girl thing to happen. You don't do nothing wrong. Your brother gets in trouble and you lose privileges. So funny, dude. Dude, being a guy is so much better always. But yeah, that was like day one. And then day two, man, it was just cool seeing family again in the pool, dude. Like, I spent so much time in the pool. I spent so much time swimming, and it wasn't like laps and stuff, right? But we spent so much time swimming in the pool and playing games, and like it ended up being like I ended up exercising like a lot. Like, I gained weight on this trip, a lot of it because I was eating a lot, but also because I was like, oh, that's some muscle weight I gained. Because my stomach isn't that much bigger. So, I mean, like, I gained muscle weight on this. That's how much time in the pool. 3 straight days, just nothing but pool. It was awesome. My aunt lost her wedding ring in the pool. I found it. I was the only one in my family like able to like really swim along the bottom of the pool. So I was able to find it. It was crazy. I was supposed to get $10 for that, actually. I gotta collect all my money. We went mini golfing with the fam. The youngest cousins, like the 12 and 13-year-old, kicked our asses. That was fun to watch. Man, you know what's crazy is like my 12-year-old cousin now. Like when I was a kid, you know, when you see your uncles and us again, you'd be like, they'd be like, oh, you grew up so much. You grow up so much. And now, and I always thought that was annoying. And now that like I'm older and I see like my cousins, you know, last time I saw her I was a baby, then she was 5, now she's 12. It's like, and I see them change. It's like, damn, they grow so much. They change so much. Like she has like teenage attitude now, you know, just angry, kind of angry at like, oh, fuck you mean, like you know the teenager fuck you mean attitude they got. She had that going on. And last time I saw her, she was like a diva princess. It's so funny how they change. And you don't really get it until you see it happen. You're like, oh, wow, yeah, see, now I get why all the uncles and aunts are the same. Oh, hi, you grew so much. That's how I felt. Oh, look how much you're so adorable. Now you're like a mini person. You're almost a person. That's what, like a 13-year-old, you're like almost a person. You're like half a person. You're officially half a person at 13. So it's like cool to be like, oh, I wonder how like her personality is going to round out. We watched Ghost Stories. Oh, this was the best. So we went to, this family reunion happened in New York, and we went to One World Trade, the Freedom Tower. When you go to the top, you get to see a whole view of New York. So if you've ever been, you'll know if you go in the elevator up to the top, it's not a normal elevator. It's screens all around you. It's 4 big screens. So as you go up, you get to see a video on how New York changed through the time, like a computer animated video. So you'll see what New York was like in the 1600s, 1700s. And you'll really see how in 300 years, the island went from this beautiful natural island to like just piles of trash. I love New York, but also it's piles of trash. That's how I describe it. It's just piles of trash everywhere. And I know some of you are like, New York, it's magical. It's the place where Woody Allen groomed his daughter or whatever magical thing you have in New York. And I get that, but it's also piles of trash, right? So that's the elevator on the way up. You get to see New York through the years. Now, the elevator on the way down, the video is like, you know in Willy Wonka, the Chocolate Factory, or Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, whatever the older one was, where the elevator goes through the roof and you get to see all of the city, all of London or whatever. That's what One World Trade was like. The elevator, the video on the elevator down was like you left One World Trade and you did this whole tour of New York. But the way you got back in is that in the video, your point of view flies back into the World Trade at a high speed, at a speed of like, let's say for a speed of reference, at the speed of a commercial airliner. You're flying back into the World Trade, bro. So funny. In my head, I was like, bro, what if I just said Allahu Akbar? Wow, because it's a wind up. Because as you're flying to the building, you're like, no way we're about to fly into the building, right? And hell yeah, you do. It was a cool effect, but I was like, did they think about this? They must have. The artist must have done a little bit of a laugh. Like, this is a little bit funny. So funny. It's like no one thought of that. I should have just been like Allahu Akbar. I think in the joke when I say it on stage, I will say Allahu Akbar. This is how I'd say it on stage right here. This end part, right? This is how I'd say it. I'd be like, so we're flying back in the World Trade Center, and I thought it'd be funny to say Allahu Akbar. So I said it. And the lesson I learned that day is that some people at ground zero don't have a sense of humor about it. That's what I would say. You know what? I'm gonna take that. That's my first. This is my open mic. That's what I'm gonna say on stage right there. Dude, and then so funny. Dude. So we went down to there's a memorial at Ground Zero. It's like these 2 fountains where the World Trade Center stood. And on the sides, on the plaques, everyone who's died name is written down on the plaque, right? And I had an uncle that died in one of the towers. I forgot which one. Right? And so my family gets together, and my oldest cousin says, "Do you want to do a prayer for our uncle?" And we all said yeah. Now, keep in mind, this is a family reunion, so there's 20 of us. So in front of the World Trade Memorial, my cousin, with all 20 of us huddled together with our hands out like we're praying, goes, "Allah, oh Allah." That's how the prayer starts. "Allah, oh Allah." And I was like, oh, I got to look at the people around me. This is why it's bad being a comic, because I wasn't like in it. I was like, oh, I got to look at the people around me. And right across from us, like diagonal from us, was this dude, and I can only describe him as, and this is going to sound racist because it is, a January 6th white. Right? That was his energy. That was his vibe, right? And he's just staring daggers at us. So mad. Right? And I just thought, in the moment, I was like, this is so funny, because we're praying for this man who tragically died in this attack, was one of the first ones in our family to come to America, helped our family settle into America, and we're just praying that, God, please watch his soul, please take care of his 3 children. He had 4 children. He had 4 children. And that's all we're saying. We're saying 4 children in Bengali too, not in English. So this guy's looking at us like, if you don't know the languages, Bengali sounds like Durga Durga to you. You know what I mean? And he's just staring at us. And it's so funny that we're like offering this prayer to our fallen like family member, and this guy's just over there looking at us like, Joe Biden, you know what I mean? Like, I can see it in his face. Joe, this is what happens in Biden's America. Like, oh God. It was funny though. It was crazy. Like, Allahu Allah, Allah, oh Allah. And it's like, oh damn. That is a wild thing for 20 people to be just saying next to ground zero. There needs to be a lot of context for that, huh? With no context to just walk in a group of 20? I don't know. What would you think? Oh, look at him returning to the scene of the crime. You know what I mean? Like, I see how that looks. It doesn't look that great. But it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, what are we going to do? Not pray for the soul of our family member? That shit is wild, bro. He died. And I make 9/11 jokes all the time. It's a thing. I know one of those cousins for sure at least hates me. Maybe 2. I know because they unfollowed me on Instagram and everything. But, how am I supposed to cope with tragic stuff? Jokes. That's how I do it. Allahu Allah, dude. Allahu Allah. So funny. So funny. That was probably, to me, that was like, while it was happening, I was like, I got to talk about this on stage. It's crazy. I can't believe this is like, I mean, I can believe, but it's like, it's so funny that this is happening. The view from the top of New York was great. Oh my God, so many pictures. Every opportunity, dude. Stop, everyone take a picture. Everyone take a picture. Everyone take a picture. In the moment, we hated it. In the moment, we're like, God damn, another picture. But, bro, I know. Like, 10 years from now, we'll be so happy that we stopped and took the pictures. We'll be so happy that we stopped and took the pictures. You know? Especially as, like, the older generation gets older. And you know how time works. You know what happens over time. It would be nice to be like, damn, this was like a family reunion, though, dude. My oldest cousin, said it the best. Everyone's got a family, but nobody's got a family like mine. And I really feel that way. If you ain't close with your cousins, man, I feel sad for you. Because that is a special kind of love when you close with your cousins. Family, you don't got to see all the time. But when you see them, it's like Gucci. Like, we hadn't seen each other in 3 years, some of us. And we were just, it's like we never left, bro. It was all Gucci. I got 99 problems, but cousins ain't one, bro. I got 99 cousins, but I got 99 problems and probably 99 cousins too. Big family. But I got 99 problems and cousins ain't one, baby. That's the Desi version. That's the Desi version of that song. I got 99 problems, but a cousin is not one. My cousin, my bhaiya, very good. Very good. Always, the older bhaiya always pays for my stuff. Went to the Comedy Cellar, Village Underground to watch. Very terrible experience. Very terrible experience. Just got in the back corner, couldn't see the stage. Went with little cousins, so I had to pay for all of them. So I paid so much money to not see any of the show. It was awful. Awful. Some comics were good. Like, even the good comics, I felt like, I don't know, maybe I'm just being, like, overly critical. You know what it was? Because I wanted to be on stage. So I was like, this is... Because I didn't go on stage for the time I was there. I was chilling. I was like, no. You know, this is the last time. This might be the last time. You know what? Never mind. I'm not going to say that. But this is first time in 3 years that the whole family got together. Might as well, you know, be good. Might as well be here for it. Be here for it, man. I can go on stage anytime. Anytime. I got a show tomorrow. I can go on stage anytime. But being with family, bro, that shit is priceless. Priceless. So, yeah. So I am chilling like a villain. Our family's so cute. We give speeches to each other. We all end up crying. Everyone cries. It's so funny. I got one cousin, he's like 18. He's gonna be a strong guy, like a big guy. He's mad cool. But like, I like watching him at every family reunion because when it's time to leave, he's just crying, and it's like, damn, dude. Because I'm also crying, and like like everyone's crying, and it's like, damn. People love this. Like, how lucky I am to be surrounded by so much love, you know? How lucky I am. Very privileged, very well off, very lucky person. I really am. And, you know, part of this is that there's people that, you know, a small but mighty army that listen to me every week. And, you know, and I hope you guys have that version of, like, love. And I think one of my cousins said it best, too. And I think it applies to everybody. It's nice to know that when things are at the hardest, there's people out there that love you. Well, that shit is real, bro. And this is very stupid, but I heard this Overwatch voice line, and it's rung true to me. You know, this video game I play, one of the characters goes, "Nobody cares." And the other character goes, "Somebody cares. You just have to find them." Somebody always cares. You just have to seek them out. Bro, somebody always cares, dude. Somebody always cares. And it's nice to get an affirmation of that on a trip. Slept on an air mattress for like 8 days straight, so it was good to sleep in a mattress last night. Oh my God. Finally. The step up between an air mattress to a mattress is just, you know, it's hard to describe with words. But the quality of sleep is just way up. Way up. Drink some water. God, it was so... In New York, it was 84 degrees, and everyone was like, it's so hot. And I'm coming from Texas, and I'm like, this is paradise. 84, good Lord. I feel like it's been over 100 for like more than a month straight now in Texas. It's been awful. We were supposed to have rolling blackouts on Monday. Rolling blackouts. Because the grid can't handle it. Dog. See, this is why Greg Abbott, the governor of Texas, is such a good leader. He's such a good leader. Because last year, when the grid couldn't handle the freeze and people froze to death because their electricity went out, did Greg Abbott fix the grid? No. No. You know what he did instead? He put his foot down and stood up, metaphorically, to end abortion. To let the government have control over women's bodies. That's what he did. That's what a good leader does. And Uvalde, when 19 elementary kids got shot, what did he do? He said, I'll make it even easier for 18-year-olds with mental health issues to get automatic weapons. That's what a good leader does. It's been 100 for a month straight. It's 107 today. What did Greg Abbott say? He said he'll combat any climate change agenda that Washington, D.C. puts forward, because that's what a good leader does. A good leader doesn't fix the problems in your state. No, a good leader wins the ideological battle against the libs. That's what a good leader does. Could we have done something about the grid in the year and a half we know we've had issues? Yeah, but did we? No. No, because rapists should have babies. And that's what a good leader does. A good leader makes sure rapists can have babies. That's what they do. Good Lord. You know what's funny, too, is that, like, I feel like if you fix just some of Texas's problems, people wouldn't give a shit. Dude, if you had banned abortion but gas was 50 cents a gallon, people would be like, oh, well, I guess that's the trade-off. I guess that's the trade-off. They've done nothing to fix the grid. Nothing. Rolling blackouts. People are going to die. I mean, this climate change is a huge deal, and, you know, we're going to figure it out eventually, I think, humans. I think just not until millions of people die. That's my guess. We'll figure out climate change out, but only after, like 8 figures die. Like 100 million people will die and be like, all right, maybe it's getting too hot, as like India and the Middle East are uninhabitable. And then the gas companies will, instead of being like, maybe we should go to electric cars, they'll be like, no, climate change didn't make these places uninhabitable. Anyways, let's keep drilling in North America. That's what's going to happen, dude. Oh, my God. Dude, the American government is so far. Dude, it's so funny when people call, like, liberals cucks or Republicans cucks. Because it's like, bro, the whole American government is cucks to the oil companies. Dude, the whole government has the oil companies just balls so far down their throat. It's horrifying. I mean, think about it, like, every president in my lifetime, George Bush sold arms to Saudi Arabia. Obama, over $100 million in arms to Saudi Arabia. Trump, over $100 million in arms to Saudi Arabia. Biden, $500 million as so far to Saudi Arabia. Oh, hold on. Let me rewind that back. George Bush sold arms to Saudi Arabia, billions of dollars in investments there. Obama, $110 billion worth of arms to Saudi Arabia. Trump, another $100+ billion in arms to Saudi Arabia. Biden, only $500 million, but that's because he's dead, so he can't do much. Bro, we give so much to Saudi Arabia, and they're the people who financed 9/11. The people who financed the worst tragedy in a while in America. We're just giving them hundreds of billions of dollars worth of arms as if to say, hey, next time, have a better shot on goal. Bro, the whole American government is cucks to these oil companies. One side is the cuck. No, they're all cucks to these oil barons. It's annoying. It's annoying. And it's never going to change until we all die. So don't vote. That's the takeaway. Just who cares? Don't vote. I got that in an argument with an uncle. I got in an argument with an uncle about not voting at the family reunion. Because I was saying I didn't vote in 2016. I didn't like any of the candidates. I wasn't voting for Hillary because fuck you. You and the DNC did some fuck shit to take out Bernie. I didn't vote for Trump. I just didn't vote for president. I voted for all the down ballot issues that I thought, there was like some rent control stuff in LA at the time that I was voting for, yada, yada. So I didn't vote. And my uncle was like, that was bad. You should have voted. And I go, no. It's my vote. I get to do what I want with it. If I make the active choice not to vote for president, that's what I want to do with my vote. That's me saying, none of you are worth my vote. And yeah, maybe that's stupid, but it's my decision to do with my vote. It's not like I didn't register and didn't vote. I think that's different. If you just don't vote straight up, that's pretty stupid, because if you go to the ballot, you'll see at least the local issues. You'd be like, oh, this shit affects me. There'll be like an initiative on the ballot to be like, let's make potholes bigger, yes or no? And then they're like, bro, you should definitely vote on that. But if I make the decision not to vote on a particular issue or a particular person, that's my right. And he was like, no, that's stupid. And I was like, I don't think that's stupid. My vote, my decision. I'm not a woman. My body, my choice. Ladies, good luck out there. Good luck out there. So funny. There was a pregnant woman who got pulled over in an HOV lane, who said that, like, oh, since my baby's a person, this counts as two people, I can ride in the carpool lane, which is going to be interesting because, like, let's say they rule, like, that's how that works. Like, can't you then impregnate a woman for imprisoning a person? Because they're trapped inside your body, whether or not they want it or not, right? Because if we're not making decisions based on common sense, right? Because it's like, okay, let's say you think a fetus is a person right away, right? And you think all abortion should be illegal. But you also think ectopic pregnancies shouldn't be aborted. These unviable fetuses that would kill the mom a lot of the time. Then you're not even going off common sense. That's all some weird, like, fuck women shit. But if we're going to go that way, let's go all the way. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens, bro. I think it's so funny. Well, in Texas, they're making children, or at least they're making people. I have to read the article, actually. I don't want to talk about it without 100% knowing, so I'm going to get it right now. I'll be back in literally 1 second. My phone's right here. Okay, state of political affiliation. Florida state political affiliation. Let's see. Okay. Never mind, it's false. So never mind. Because there was a website that said Florida states makes people state political affiliation, and I was like, that seems fake. Now that I said it, and I looked it up, and then it's false, and it's like, oh yeah, I forgot. Fucking liberals lie too, baby. It's all bad. It's all bad. Nobody cares about you. Oh man, I watched Thor. I thought Thor was very okay. Very okay. Pacing weird. Had good moments. So fast. They really just did not use Christian Bale at all, how he could have used, especially as a god killer. I feel like he could have lasted a couple movies, not just one. Like, I do want, like, sure, maybe they don't want to go like an overarching villain throughout the whole thing like Thanos, right? But it would be nice if there was a villain that was in multiple movies or across multiple movies. Why does one villain have to be in one movie only right now? That I don't like. Like, come on, at least, like, you know? At least, like, have them go across movies. At least a couple. Like, some overarching villain, but it just feels like, I don't know. That's what I want. That's what I want. And I guess Scarlet Witch is like that. Scarlet Witch was a villain in 2 things. That's dope. That's dope. But yeah, I thought Thor was okay. Everyone was gay in Thor, which is fine, I guess, but it's just like, obviously I don't care if there's gay or trans characters, but when it's like you're just shoehorning him in to shoehorn him in, it's like, I feel the same. You know what it is? I feel the same way about shoehorn gay characters as I feel about the shoehorn, like, Indian characters. It's like this forced diversity that's like, oh, gross. We get it. You think you'll sell more if there's one character just randomly gay, but like, good God. Plenty of stuff with good gay characters. But like, we get it. We get it. And because I don't mean to sound like homophobic, because I'm not. But like, it's this weird culture war. Like you want to, like, oh, we want this lesbian kiss in Lightyear, which is a movie that should have happened to begin with. We want this lesbian kiss in Lightyear, and we're going to stick by it. And it's like, that's not the fight. Burn some shit down, dude. I don't know. Maybe it shouldn't matter that there's a lesbian kiss in Lightyear, and that's the whole point. But Thor got like super gay for a while. It's like, all right, we get it, dude. Everyone in the show is gay. Or the movie is gay. We understand. But yeah. Oh yeah, Lightyear. Did anyone watch Lightyear? Why make that movie? It's like, dude, too many unnecessary prequels and sequels. Lightyear, like, out of all of the sequels, might have been the most unnecessary. Out of all the prequels, Lightyear might have been the most unnecessary. Most. Because Toy Story 4, that was a fun movie, completely unnecessary. But Lightyear is the backstory to Buzz Lightyear when he was in Space Command or whatever. And it's like, hey, he was never in Space Command. That was the point of the first movie. The point of the first movie is that Buzz has to accept that his backstory isn't real and he's just a toy. And he finally figures it out, and that's a big point of one of the greatest animated movies of all time. And then you're going to give him a backstory? Hey, I don't care about this fake backstory to this character that I love. Why would that be? Dude, everyone is trying to create this cinematic universe, and it's annoying. Because Marvel did it. Star Wars is trying so poorly to do it. I don't care. Dude, I don't give a shit. Dude, after Solo, I just stopped watching all Star Wars things. I'm sorry. Mandalorian, I heard, was great. Sure. I don't care anymore. It's a giant galaxy. Why not make a story that doesn't have anything to do with the main story? But whatever. I just can't. Everyone's just trying to make this universe because Marvel did it so well that they're like, oh, it's cinematic universe time. And it's like, have a plan at the very least. People are mad at Marvel now because it seems like they don't have a plan. I will say this. I'll give Marvel the benefit of the doubt because if you were to watch Phase 1, like all those movies in Phase 1, you'd have no idea that it's leading to Thor. Not Thor, Thanos. You have no idea. So I'm giving Marvel, but everything else. Stop with your universes unless there's a plan. Stop. We don't need it. It's annoying. It's annoying. Make good movies that stand alone. Everything Everywhere All at Once. Great movie. Yo, RRR, great movie. If you haven't seen RRR yet, bro, that shit is all-time great Prison Break scene. I'm putting that Prison Break scene up with Shawshank Redemption. If you want to talk about it, RRR is a great superhero movie. That's what that is. It's a superhero movie where the people are just regular people. So good. So much fun. Unique. Not a prequel, not a sequel, just a fun movie. I enjoyed all 3 hours of it. Indian movies are so long, dude. So long. But that's an epic movie. That one you need the whole 3 hours to tell. Because that movie was next level. Loved RRR. I've been telling everyone I know, see RRR, watch RRR. That is a movie to watch. We'll watch that over. There was one day that me and my cousins, two of my cousins, just stayed in because we didn't want to go to the Statue of Liberty. So we just stayed in, and that's what we did. We watched RRR. That shit was flames. That shit was flames, dude. Dude, there's a scene where he just like attacks a palace with a bunch of tigers and shit, bro. That shit is awesome. Awesome. Gets help from a white lady who's all about the curry. Once you go brown, it don't let you down, baby. Once you have a taste of that curry, the other flavors will make you scurry. I try to think of another one, and I can't. Once you get a bite of that samosa, you'll be like, "Oh, some more, sir." Hey, baby girl, I'll put butter on that chicken. Once you eat that naan, all the other races might as well be gone. Yo, girl, I'm trying to chicken tikka mahala at you. That's my pickup line. If you're Indian, you can have it. Yo, girl, I'm trying to chicken tikka mahala at you. What you on? What you doing, huh? Chicken tikka mahala, dude. Chicken tikka mahala at your boy, huh? I can't think of anything more. But yeah, I think this is... Oh, okay. Trying to go back to like at least 40 minutes for y'all, because I've been doing this 20, like these are the thoughts I had, and it's like I got a comment saying like they like the long ones, so I'm trying to, you know what it is, trying to figure it out. I think there's gonna be, if you look towards the future, there'll be some exciting changes coming up in Dangerous Brown. I am talking to a studio, so that might be coming up, which is kind of what I need. Maybe get a producer in on it with me that'll talk with me, so it's not so I have a little bit of a soundboard. Because right now I can do what? I'm at 37 minutes. I did 37 minutes all by myself. Pretty good, I thought. But if I had someone to just sound off with, I could easily go for an hour. 50 minutes to an hour. At least 50. I mean, sometimes I almost hit 50 because I have nothing to talk about here. You know what? Too, a lot of the time has gone down because I'm getting a little bit more concise on what I have to say and how I want to say it. Because, you know, when you practice podcasting, you get good at podcasting. But, man, hopefully something hits. Right now, Instagram is tanking special report. They almost threatened to suspend me for a month, but instead they've clearly just kind of suppressed special report. I went from going to get like 500 likes to like 26. But that's better than like, you know, having my whole account taken away. So it is what it is. I just have to be in Instagram jail for it. But yeah, I'm trying to chicken tikka mahala that algorithm, bro. I don't know. What do I call this? I guess I call this the review of my family reunion. If I had to grade my family reunion, I'd give it like 100%. That shit was fire, dude. The two twin girls. If you saw my Instagram with the picture of the two little girls mean mugging, the twins. The fraternal twins. Which means like they don't look alike. And they like will spike your drink, ladies. You know, they're fraternal like that. But it's very fun to see, like, it's very cool to see, like, it's so funny how they always dress the same. I think parents make twins to dress the same no matter what. I think it's probably easier than buying them different clothes, for sure, because there's two of them, now that I think about it. It's not so much of a choice than a necessity. It's more of a necessity than a choice, I should say. But, it's so funny. Such different personalities. One's, like, really talkative and extroverted, and one's very introverted. The introverted one is a little more brave. The extroverted one will cry more to get her way. It's just so interesting. I can't wait till they're older to ask them if they have like that twin telepathy thing. Or like, does it feel like there's a part of you that's in another person's body? But, you know, I'll have to wait till they're older. They're 7 now, but they're a stunted 7. There were 7 that spent 2 years in lockdown, so there are really 5. It's really interesting. Like, you can tell that, like, oh, they really had no other people to socialize with. And I wonder if that's the same across the board for all these other kids that grew up in this sort of, like, I was 28 when the pandemic hit. So it was like, whatever. I wasn't part of this, like, important brain growth phase. So I wonder what, like, if all 5-year-olds are a little stunted in some way. If they were, like, or like a 3-year-old or babies, just a little bit, like, more anxious. I would say probably babies born in the pandemic, especially in those places that are, like, truly locked down, they probably have, like, hella separation anxiety. They got to. Because they grew up at a time when both parents or one parent, whatever the parental situation was, they were just in the house no matter what. But, yeah. It's just, yeah, that was my review of the family reunion. It was great. If you haven't seen the Instagram video, go to Instagram, like the video. It's the mix. It's the mix with the song. You'll understand which one it is. I have a photo dump of the family reunion. It's the one right before that. So good. Such a good time. But yeah, thank you for listening to me guys this week. I will be back next week or when I have another thought to share. Later, infidels. Love y'all.